savage. Calvis is a savage. Yes guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Thank you for coming back to watch yet again another full send video. This one has been a long time coming. I haven't been able to say too much on this project that we've been working on. However, now I can finally show you guys what I've been up to. BMX was in the Olympics for the very first time ever. And not only that, British cycling did amazing. Charlotte brought home the gold for the women's BMX and Declan brought home the bronze for the blokes BMX. That's sick, fully sick. Props to you guys, massive well done to you. You've done amazing. Now obviously, as you can tell from the title in this video, what I'm about to tell you, obviously we built an Olympic replica course for Team GB to practice on the lead up to Tokyo Olympics. Now obviously the Olympics has been and gone now, so I can tell you and show you the process. Massive shout out to 414 Skate Parks for bringing me along and just sending it, fully sending it. Now let's get into the video. I'm going to explain everything about it. Don't you worry, let's go, full send. And also guys, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, what are you playing at? Hit that subscribe button and join the madness. It's a full send every single video. Every single video, let's go, come on. Yo, so the lead up to the Olympics, now 414 Skate Parks managed to build an Olympic replica of the course that the Olympians will be riding on in less than 4 weeks. Less than 4 weeks, that is insane. The work rate on that is nuts. Now the whole team killed it, as you'll see in this video. It was a full send. Now, obviously, the lead up to the Olympics, they needed something to practice on. Now, what better than a replica of the course that they're going to be competing on? So, Telford International Centre is where the course was built, and I joined sort of halfway through, and this is the footage that I managed to get, and it was an absolute blast. I learned so much on this. In 2 weeks, I learned so much on like how skate parks were built. You know, obviously the course replica was being built. A lot of the framework went in before I joined the build. I sort of joined the build halfway through. So the project was 4 weeks and I was there for the later 2 weeks. So all the framework was done. It was obviously just a case of stitching it all together and sheeting it. So when I got there, my first task was to cut transitions, something that I've not been too familiar with before, so that was a nice learning curve for me, and yeah, it was awesome. So obviously I got familiar with a radius arm, making a jig for the circular saw to cut the transitions, you know, the layout of the ply boards, how to arrange them in order to maximise the boards and reduce the waste. So that was sick. So my first task was building the jump box transitions, which then went round into a hip, which later in this video we beamed up the hips, which was sick. Shout out to Cleggy, obviously he showed me the ropes on how to do hips. You know, and elliptical radiuses, which is where two different radiuses come and you have to sort of blend them in together. It's a madness. You'll see in the video. Obviously woodworking magic, that's what we like to call it. So yeah, so the first couple of days I was cutting transitions, which was sick. I'm glad that I did that, throw myself in at the deep end and learning stuff that's not just basic framework. So that was the first couple of days, and then once all the transitions was made, it was then a case of literally like stitching all the parts together. So obviously on the jump box, on the driveways, you've got your straight ramps, but then in order for it to like blend into one continual ramp, you need to put the hips in and stuff. So that's what we was doing. So yeah, a few days into being there, I was then doing the hips with Cleggy, which was sick. Obviously we did it on the flat bank driveway first, just to get to grips with, you know, methods of doing it. Essentially, beaming up a hip is the same as a cut roof. Now, I've got experience on roofs as roofing is my day job, so that sort of went hand in hand with each other. It was sick to learn, you know, all the different methods of doing it, and yeah, obviously here's a few time lapses of putting hips together. It's sick. And then obviously once we've done like the basic 45-degree hips, it then went on to elliptical radius hips. And obviously it needed testing for structural integrity. Obviously the surveyors were walking around, they needed to see that it was safe for the Olympic athletes to ride. Now, who was I to say no to testing out the Olympic replica? Obviously.
Hello, isn't it? Oh, that works. That's really good. Yeah, nice one, man. Oh. Okay. Pulled it clean. Yeah, man. Woo!
But anyway, so obviously the hips were built, they then got sheeted, the resi then got put in place. We've test rode the course. The course was probably one of the best courses I've ever rode. And obviously it was an awesome time, and I'm so glad I was a part of the process of bringing home the gold. Obviously you can see in the video the scale and the size of these ramps. They are no joke. The course was another level. Everything was massive. Oh, I'm just so gassed that I was part of the build. It was insane. Hopefully there'll be more builds to come and I'll be able to film more for you guys. Obviously I'll be building my own stuff. So yeah, one of the hardest tasks in the whole build that I was involved with was actually pulling the resi up. That thing weighs a ton. Honestly, that is no joke. I think the whole crew was actually there pulling it up this 15-foot vert wall. Yeah, that was not a joke. So obviously, yeah, the resi got put in place. First time, you know, building a resi ramp for me as well. So obviously there was a jump box that was made to be a detachable resi, so they can have it a resi one day if they're training new tricks, or they can have it as a standard jump box, which it will be in the actual Olympics. So yeah, that was cool. And then it was literally like snagging for the last couple of days, like tidying bits up. I don't entirely know what the plan is for the Olympic course. Obviously it's a work of art. It'd be a shame for it to just be taken down and nothing used of it. So if I find out what happens to it, I'll let you guys know ASAP. So yeah, obviously it goes without saying, massive thank you to 414 Skate Parks, best in the business. Those guys rule. Hopefully I'll be able to join them on some future projects again and learn some more stuff. I actually fully enjoy ramp building. Like, it is a different set of, although it's carpentry and woodwork, which is basically my background, it is like the next level to carpentry and woodwork. Like, you're creating stuff that your average carpenter just ain't doing. It is not like hanging a door or fitting skirting or architrave. It is rad, man. So yeah, obviously that was the Olympic replica course build, and yeah, what an incredible time. It was awesome. So yeah, so obviously a quick recap. Now, when I got there, I was cutting transitions, so I learned how to use like radius arms, working out like all the calculations from the drawings. That was awesome. And then moving on from that, it was then cutting like 22.5-degree hips and 45-degree hips, beaming all that stuff up. And then we moved on to the floating hips, where there is no actual transition. It's where two beams at different angles meet and you create the transition yourself. And yeah, and then it was like sheeting, putting the resi ramp on. It was a hectic couple of weeks, that was for sure. Like, the size of the project and the time scale that it got done in was just insane. Obviously that was built in under 4 weeks, which is, yeah, it was nuts. So obviously we was working long days, but obviously so worth it, especially when it's something you're passionate about. Amazing. So massive thank you to Sean at 414 Skate Parks, the whole crew, everybody involved. Such a sound bunch of guys. Yeah, now the Olympics is finished. Who knows where the sport's going to go? Obviously there's going to be money invested into the sport. Obviously if you don't ride BMX bikes, now is the time to do so, honestly. And leave a comment down below. Let me know that you've just started BMX. Let's go for a session, man. let's hit it, let's full send it. Honestly, you'll change your life through BMX. It was an amazing project to be involved in, and there you go. That was the build. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like what you see on this channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's a full send all the time. All the time. Let's grow. Come on, let's go. Let's build it up. Right guys, so thank you for coming back to watch another video. Honestly, I appreciate all the support so far. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, please make sure you do so before the end of this video. And obviously, shout out to Dragon Energy for sponsoring me. And obviously, go and follow them on all their socials, Facebook, Instagram. Obviously, you'll find it in all my posts and everything. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, @JackTones, let's go. It's a full send. It's a madness. Got plenty more videos in the pipeline. Trust me. Honestly guys, thank you for coming back to watch another video. Let's go. Full send.
One bang. Jacob. Yeah. I missed the slam.